No! Chuke!
Hello YouTube, Chuke here, Chuke's Outdoor Adventures. Watch Chuke almost die every hunt, guaranteed. I hope everybody had a good MLK day. I had a great day. I went and watched American Sniper today and I was so inspired. I loved the movie. I'm inspired to work on the Remington 700. I also just picked up an AR-15. I'll do a video on it next week after I do some basic upgrades to it. But I'm here to review my stock Remington R1 1911, and I really like this 1911. It's a good intro 1911. Weapon check. So the weapon is clear. The magazine is out. There's nothing in the chamber. And the magazine is empty. So yeah, this is a just a basic entry-level 1911. I couldn't be happier with it. You know, obviously, I'd like to do some upgrades to it. You know, it's got the stock hammer. You know, I'd like a you know, the more of a bob-tailed grip safety and a skeletonized trigger. The only upgrades I've done to it so far is I did put a full-length guide rod in it. I don't know if that makes a difference or not, but I really like the idea of this more than a spring and a plug like traditionally they have. And I did put the Punisher grips on it. Now I really like these grips. I ordered them from Amazon for about $55. They're polymer. And I just, you know, I used to read the Punisher comics when I was a kid, loved the Punisher, and it just makes the gun look awesome, I think. And as you can see, some of the paint has worn off it, and people complain about that, but I think it's a plus. You know, it shows I use my weapon, and I practice with it, and even if it wears off totally, I'm just going to leave it like that because I like the look of it. So for the money, you know, $600 to $700 for one of these stock 1911s, I think you can't go wrong. A lot of people say it's just as good as a Kimber, especially if you know how to tweak it, because you know, there has been some issues with magazines that people have noticed, you know, creating some jammings and failure to feeds. And you know, from this video of me shooting in slow-mo, you can see that I did have a jam, and I think I've pretty much overcome that problem with you know, kind of upgrading from the stock magazines. I got this Chip McCormick 8-rounder that I really like. So yeah, it's great. The other down thing about it though is I took it on a hunt and fishing a couple times, and just from sweat and a little bit of rain, it got some flash rust on the outside. This is not blued. It's a nitro oxide finish, and I rubbed, you know, cleaned off the flash rust, but it made a little bit of pitting on it. So I'd like to get it Cerakoted, you know, and you know, I'm not really bringing it outside that much. So that's a complaint I have. Now, it's interesting, you know, Chuke is you know, obsessed with hunting bears and bear protection. This is 45 ACP caliber, and 2 brown bears this summer in Alaska, 2014, were killed with 45s. One was a guy hiking in Denali State Park. From the newspaper article, I would guess he was using a Glock or an XD, but he unloaded his magazine on the bear. It was just kind of walking towards him, threatening him. You know, he felt threatened, and the paper said it just walked into the bushes and expired. The other one was a little closer to Anchorage here. I believe it was in the Matsu Valley, but you know, a brown bear was getting into people's garbage and you know, kind of threatening this guy's son. So he shot it from his balcony with a 45, and you know, it said it killed it. It fired 7 shots, and that makes me think, oh, maybe he had a 1911, you know, standard 7-round mag. But yeah, I just really like this gun. You know, you might need to know a little bit about our 1911s to really get it running smoothly and to upgrade it, because you know, it's not like a stock Springfield. If you're going to put aftermarket parts, it's suggested you have a gunsmith, you know, help you fit them, because they might need a little work to get them to fit. But other than that, it's great. I have a $20 UTG shoulder holster. You know, it's got some pockets for some magazines in here. Love it. I also have a Uncle Mike's. I really don't carry it concealed that often. You know, once in a while I do. But I was surprised with how you know, concealable a full-size 1911 actually is. I just have this basic Uncle Mike's inside the waistband holster, and with a baggy t-shirt, you know, it really doesn't print that much. You know, this t-shirt I have on is kind of tight, it's still, unless you're really looking for it, it's not bad. If you've got a sweatshirt or something, especially up here in Alaska, you can always wear a sweatshirt. It's very concealable. So yeah, thank you, YouTube. That's my review. Let me know if I got anything wrong or any pointers you have for me. But I'm just really happy with this stock Remington R1. They put out a new model every year, and sometimes a couple models, so there are some better ones than this. But I really like it for the price. I think it's better than some of the $500 models, definitely. Like the Para, or some of the ones that are made in Turkey. The Rock Island 1911s for $500, I really like. Those ones might be comparable to this, but really it's a quality firearm. So I would recommend the R1, and I've been happy with it. So thank you, YouTube. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button there, and Chuke, your friend in the field.